Hey Peaches, I'm Eleanor and welcome to Peaches by Starlight Tarot. This is your weekly pick a card reading and I am using the Klimt Tarot and the Mirror cards to talk about your weekly energy. So I have stack 1, 2, and 3, or stack 1 is the fox, stack 2 is the baby chick, stack 3 is the badger. They are timestamped below, and this is just a general reading, so if you would like a private reading all to yourself, tailored to your situation, I offer those through email, and my Etsy page is linked below, and you can design your own reading. That's how I have it, so where you can control the size and the cost and all that stuff. So while you are choosing your stack, I want to talk about this week's theme, which is the world, and I'm using the Raven's Prophecy I felt like this illustrated it the best because I kept hearing the word home and relating this energy to the concept of home. And it's like the Fool, the starting card, departs on this journey of discovery and not realizing at the outset that the path makes a circuit back to home, back to self. And it's a reminder of the cyclic nature of life, that the path is a spiral, it isn't linear. And so the more times you make the lap, the more home transforms from a place to a state of your being. And so if you're feeling lost or overwhelmed or bewildered, confused, return to center, return to home base, to return to home position, as they would call it in dance. And so I am using Soul's Journey for a pick a card at the end of each reading. So at the end of each stack, there will be 3 more cards pulled. So you get to set your intention for which cards you feel like will have messages for you. So like, share, and subscribe. Definitely, if you feel that there's someone that you know that could benefit from hearing something I say here, please share with them. And I do these every Saturday, so go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out, or, you know. Anyway, let's get started. All right, so those of you who chose stack 1 or chose the fox, your weekly theme is nurture. And you have the 2 of Wands, the Tower in reverse, the 10 of Swords in reverse, and the Devil in reverse. Okay. Get everything lined up here. So, all right, I'm getting like 2 different things. The first thing is with this 2 of Wands, you may be faced with a choice or a new path, drawn in a new direction, an unknown, exciting direction. The 2 of Wands, new direction path, feels like it's a juicy, unpaved road, or like, you know, when there's fresh fallen snow and there's no tracks in it yet, and you get to make the first tracks in it. It's unpaved, it's unknown. But these other 3 reverse cards are they're fairly serious energies to consider, and so you may not be ready. This may be a week where you make a choice, but it isn't the week where you take that bold action towards it. I feel like it's more so with this 10 of Swords in reverse and the Tower in reverse, there's a sense to where you may have been hoping to get through a situation that would go back to normal without you having to change, and it's coming time for you to pivot and adapt to a new normal because the old one isn't coming back. And so all that would have been is an excuse not to grow, to stay in the nest or the cocoon with your head and your wings still tucked and a little wet like a baby chick, not expanding, not living the life you were meant for, not reaching for the adventure and the freedom that's meant for you. And so it's a great time this week, I feel, to gather strength, to reevaluate what you're taking in terms of food, media, other people's energy. What is nourishing? That's what this nurturing energy is talking about. What strengthens you? What is nurturing to you? And versus what is draining to you? And there's things like with this Devil energy that are going to be both to some degree. So then you have to look at what is the net value, positive or negative. And so this is what adaptation and surviving transition and change are all about. The Devil is like this dead weight. It's this anchor around you, or what do they call them? Lead shoes. It's like you can cling to an old pattern if you choose for whatever it is that it is doing for you in the moment, so long as you understand that the risk is rigidity, stasis, being left behind, inability to adapt and change, being left behind by time, being left behind, you know, the world, what's that song? Times they are a-changin'. And if you change or get left behind, the things are changing. This new path, this Two of Wands, could close to you. So that's the first thing. And the second thing I'm seeing is that you may be starting down, like taking those first few steps down a new path, and then realizing in time, I do see you realizing it in time, that it leads to a weaker or more compromised position. And you do have time to change your mind. If you can set your coordinates towards what strengthens you and not follow the blind ambition of this devil energy, you won't get stuck. It's like if you go down this energy, there's a trap here. It's like from Star Wars, it's a trap. It's a trap. And I think you're going to see that and pull back and move towards something that is more beneficial to you, and not something that's going to give you something more immediate, but then is going to, you'll get there and you'll be like, oh yes, this is great. And then you find out that there's a catch, that it's sticky, and that now you can't get out of it. So let's go ahead and get your 3 cards. Go ahead and set your intention now. Whether you feel like card 1, 2, 3, or a combination thereof. We'll have a message for you. You can ask a question. What, why, how? Yes or no, it won't answer. It can answer when, but it won't be a time. It'll be when you do XYZ. That's how this works. All right. Or you can just leave it open for whatever it is that you need to hear. But let me tune in. Okay. Card 1. For those who chose stack 1. Just 1. Card 1. We're talking about nurturing what it is we're taking in. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So that definitely talks about where you may be looking at 2 paths. One's going to be an easy route, and one's paved, one's the way everyone's always gone, and one's going to have lots of brambles for you to have to cut through and go first. But there's more to be gained there. There's more strength to be gotten there. And there's a sense to where the path that everyone's already gone towards, you might not be able to see it yet, but there's a whole people at the end of it that would say, no, 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 go back, we got stuck here. And I feel like you may be seeing that in time. Card 2, fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. And the devil energy does represent a lot of fear. And like I was talking about, not being quite ready to move down this new path. And you can choose to stay stuck in fear and stay stuck where it's safe. That's that reverse tower. The tower is talking about a structure of safety that's actually a prison. And getting free of it is a matter of facing the fear of the unknown and facing the fear of something different. But in exchange, you have freedom, you have autonomy, you have adventure and excitement and full self-actualization, fulfillment, and all that stuff. Card 3, balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. All right, Foxes, like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you next Saturday. Thank you. All right, those of you who chose stack 2 or chose the baby chick, your theme for the week is humor. You have the 8 of coins. Oh, you have 5. The Queen of Swords. I normally like to draw 4, but 5 got in, so there you go. And this little fleck is bugging me, sorry. Queen of Cups. 5 of Swords in reverse. And the Knight of Cups. Let me fit all 5 of these in here. All right, so So like the most first obvious thing, the most surface level thing I'm seeing, other than my stuff being off center, is, and I normally don't go with the zodiac stuff, but I am seeing an air sign, a feminine, whether that means a female or a feminine energy person, air sign and water sign bearing the hatchet. With this reverse Five of Swords, to me that's like bearing hatchet energy. That's putting something that doesn't matter behind you. All right. Anyway, that aside, with the Eight of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords, you are laser focused, taking your work very seriously. And so you are focused on the grindstone, studies, discoveries, acquisition. And so there's a meme I just saw, and I don't remember it word for word, but it is more or less encapsulating the energy of you are expendable at work, you are not expendable at home. And to keep that in mind, and to keep that into perspective. If you quit, if something happens to you, they'll just find a replacement for you at work. In your home, in your life, that, you know, there's one of you and they need you. So which draws my attention to this reverse Five of Swords, making a different choice about the battles you're fighting and what winning it really looks like. And I feel like winning materially, winning technically is going to fall short emotionally. And it's like taking things as seriously as this Queen of Swords is, it's creating unnecessary drama here. And so, and you're ready to, with this humor, it's time to kind of laugh at the situation, laugh at the absurdity of it. It's like taking it too seriously. It is time to lighten up and to see what's absurd about it. And to see the absurdity of how upset you've gotten. Okay. Not that your feelings aren't valid, but how out of touch they are from the actual danger. Not seeing how much it's isolated you, how taking it that seriously has been like a shell and has kept people separate and kept people away. And so I feel like with this Queen of Cups, you are totally coming out of it. The Queen of Cups and the Knight of Cups, I see you enjoying your life a whole lot more this week after taking stock of what matters. The Queen of Swords is an extremely helpful and necessary, relevant energy as a reality fact checker. It's sometimes something we lose touch with when we are very focused on work. We get these blinders on, we get this kind of single-minded, one-track mind towards focus. And so you do have, so I feel like this Queen of Swords is going to be like, okay, yeah, here's though the reality. It's not that bad. Here's the numbers, and if you actually look at it and add it all up, you will be okay. And with this humor, I feel like there is, and the Five of Swords here, there is someone pissing you off, and I feel like you need to, you have permission to laugh at them and then leave them behind altogether. It's like, I'm hearing that they're jealous of you. They're jealous of your authenticity and how well you do what you do. They will tear you down before they put the effort in that you do to be on your level. And so with this reverse Five of Swords, you're not letting them anymore. You are using this Queen of Swords to see the truth of the situation, to cut through the bullshit, to not be a slave driver with a misplaced sense of righteousness. And so with this Queen of Cups, be kind to yourself, be generous to yourself in your off hours with good vibes and good laughter. And this Knight of Swords, I do feel like you'll be more creatively inspired this week and come out of this more isolated state in more able to connect with others, more able to be open, not taking things so seriously, and having lightened up and loosened up. It kind of like makes that barrier a little bit more porous and able to enjoy and share laughter with others and share time, especially with people who make you laugh. And it will, once again, with this Five of Swords, there are battles worth fighting. And so I feel like what this does, lightening up where it doesn't matter as much, strengthens you so you can show up where it does matter, and you won't be tired from fighting bullshit battles, and you'll be ready to show up and fight at your strongest self where it really does matter and where you really are needed and where you really can make a difference. So let's get your 3 Soul's Journey cards. Let me tune in. All right, card 1. That is 2 cards in my lap. Card 1, honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And that is exactly who this Queen of Swords is. Seeing the truth of the situation. Sorry. Card 2, happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. That's right. Allow it. Allow yourself to. These dolphins are so playful. And that reminds me of the humor card. Hello. The dolphins are the Knight of Cups of the animal world, for real. Anyway, card 3. Oops, my little chick fell over. Regret. I know that I cannot change the past. That's right. Forward motion. The Knight of Cups and the upright like this, any of the knights, they're moving forward. This is positive forward motion. And so, and with this 5 of Swords in reverse, there's like I was talking about, burying the hatchet. What's done is done. It's how do you move forward from here. Like, share, and subscribe, and all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you next Saturday. All right, those of you who chose stack 3 or chose the Badger, your theme for this week is integrity. And you have, that's better, the 8 of Cups, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Magician in reverse, and the Hangman in reverse. It's funny, with stack 2, all those queens and that 5 of Swords energy, I was getting really strong jealousy vibes. But here she is on full display, the jealous queen, the Green Queen herself. It must be going around. A lot of self-comparison. I blame Instagram, honestly. Anyway, she indicates feelings of being overlooked, forgotten, fears of being forgotten, and disordered methods of getting attention. And whether it's you or someone in your environment, with the reverse Magician, it may be clouding your judgment, and you may be giving your power away a little bit to this situation or the person. And with the reversed Hangman, there is a head in the sand type energy, or more likely maybe head in YouTube, attempting to distract or to not see or to unsee. And the 8 of Cups is going to be, it's both positive and challenging at the same time, because it indicates a desire to move towards the next level of emotional fulfillment, but it also means walking away from something in order to pursue it, whether permanently or temporarily. And so what it will take to be ready to go, so I'm hearing like, are you ready to move on? Are you ready to level up? What that's going to require of you is to get your head and heart on the same page. It's to make a decision to align your inner and your outer. In other words, strengthen your integrity. I'm hearing the word mine. Mine, it's all mine. It's my, as in your power, your ownership of your happiness, ownership of your choices, ownership of your direction, ownership over taking the action towards your heart's desires. And that means, like with what I was saying earlier, there's a need to stop distracting and to get real. To end the comparisons that might be actually originating in that distraction. When we distract, it tends to be with social media and like looking at YouTube, looking at Instagram, looking at Facebook. And then those things, by their nature, they invite comparisons. And so are you comparing your reality to everyone else's curated image? And whatever you're seeing as this ideal, real or not, I'm going to say their fake could be your real. If you put down the devices, get in touch with your reality, see exactly where you are now, and where is it that you want to go, and put your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul into those dreams. And watching other people do it isn't it. But what are you going to do? So let me tune in. All right, card 1. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. That Queen of Wands in reverse. Definitely there's some impatience to her because she's so fiery. And she wants everything now, now, now. And with that reverse Hangman, it is time to act. If I feel like that Queen of Wands reverse is watching YouTube waiting for something to happen, and that reverse Hangman is saying, and the reverse Magician is saying, no, you have to do it. You have to put the phone down and take the actions that will take you on the path that you want to go on. Card 2, Success. I know that there's no greater goal than to love. That reminds me of this Integrity card, and that's talking about your inner and your outer matching. And when you're moving in, it is attracting the love that you want by showing people how it's done, by loving yourself first. And if you want love, you must able to give it. And that's the Magician. The Magician is like a conduit or a portal from which love enters and exits. And that's you. Oh, here, sorry, I was already turned over. Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. All right, my Badgers, like, share, and subscribe and all the good stuff, and I'll talk to you next Saturday. Thank you.